fact that Master Chief works for ICE now seems a little dubious.
Jesus Christ.
That's the other thing is, like, I don't think I could look at Master Chief the same at this point.
You're not feeling the power to the players?
I thought Master Chief was sexy.
Fuck off.
I thought Master Chief was sexy. I'm sorry. I don't think Master Chief can be sexy in my eyes anymore.
Was he
Because
an
of
icon?
the
That's a
Trump
big loss to the
meme or
community.
the
It's
ICE
because
meme?
he has a helmet on.
Well,
Right.
and then he took his helmet off and he was fucking Donald Trump.
Yeah, that's well. The whole point is that you leave the helmet on. That was the allure of Master Chief.
Yeah, I know. And, like, we could have all just been duped for our entire lives.
He was always Donald Trump.
Yeah.
There's just some guy under here.
No.
Is there a
Like, my
guy
Master
under the
Chief-
helmet? Is there a guy under there?
Oh my god.
Yeah. And the suit checks him off.
Huh?
God damn it.
I thought he had, like, the little see-through wife or whatever.
The
His
what?
see-through wife. What's her name again?
Yeah.
Cortana.
Cortana!
Clippy.
See-through wife.
See-through life. I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Master Chief.
She's blue? Am I wrong?
See-through wife.
No, you're-
That's
You're
the
not
name
wrong.
of the podcast.
You're not. You're
I'm
totally
right.
right. You're
But
so
she's
right
not
about this.
inside his helmet, right? She's like
No, she's
on a
in
little
there.
like platter, right, or something.
No, he like
She's in his head.
She projects
Oh,
out
in
his
his head?
platter, but she's in his head.
Yeah.
So if you watch the Halo TV series,
No thanks.
and if you don't feel Master Chief is sexy, get a load of the Halo TV series. Has some really
you get
good
to see
Blu-ray
some
transfers.
cheap ass in that
you
one.
should you should get with that.
Ass pellets.
But there's a moment where they like slotted in like a little mini disc like into his like brainstem basically. So that's where his wife lives.
That's where his wife lives.
and that's why Donald Trump said everything is computer.
Yeah. So this is what's kind of the last few days is that DHS, which appears to have, or at least their social media team has nothing to do but post edgelord memes and like feed Wehrmacht and Nazi party recruiting posters
Jesus
into like Midjourney. That's kind of what they do now full time online, and then post pictures of like Border Patrol and ICE agents gassing people in American cities and being like triggered lib. That's kind of all they do.
Yes.
And so like the other day, we were treated to two memes. One of yes, Donald Trump as Master Chief, and then also a Fight the Flood ad with a picture of Master Chief in his Warthog. Did the Warthog have ICE logo on it?
No.
No, like I think that was just an actual picture from Halo. Like it wasn't
And then
edited or
they
anything. They just like
posted
slapped the
Fight
thing
the
over
Flood
it.
on
Yeah.
Well, destroy the flood, and then they have the join.ice.gov written underneath it. Was the edit that they made?
Well,
to
this
it.
isn't a long. I mean,
with the
this-
caption "Finishing this fight."
yeah. I mean, this one is specifically connected to a weird back and forth with GameStop specifically, in which GameStop, after the Halo Campaign Evolved announcement, puts out a press release declaring the end to the quote console wars, and then that's when the White House begins to get involved, saying like Donald Trump's been out there saying like I've ended 9 wars in the last like 6 months, just making shit up, and they appropriated that to then say like Donald Trump has also ended the console wars, and like GameStop, who the guy who is running that now, his name escapes me, is like a complete weirdo, pro-Trumper, like crypto.
Oh, he's
fascist.
super fascist. He's super fascist.
He's the worst. And
Yeah.
but this goes like DHS specifically has been reappropriating pop culture imagery as a part of their propaganda scheme. Like this goes back to when OpenAI had the Studio Ghibli moment, right? And they were putting out imagery of leveraging the Studio Ghibli like inspired algorithm to like show like women and children being like rounded up and crying as they're like shoved into fucking planes, like just monstrously gross, disgusting shit. Then they start issuing similar sort of artwork, generated artwork using Pokemon imagery, in which The through line between all of this is none of these companies having the spine to say fucking anything about it. The most that we get out of the Pokemon company is our company was not involved in the creation or distribution of this content, and permission was not granted for the use of our intellectual property. Microsoft has managed to, at least as of this recording on Wednesday morning, said we didn't authorize that. They've just they've just not responded to media requests, which at this point, to quote, I think an Aftermath headline was like, not commenting is commenting. And the unwillingness to engage in even just the bare minimum of like, no, we didn't authorize this. I mean, there's a reason why you now have Halo developers out here advocating for like, I don't even know if you should engage with this franchise. Like, fuck this. Like, fuck Halo. Like, I think it's a very reasonable place to end up in. And the fact that these companies who, like the Pokemon company just doesn't want, I don't think Nintendo wants, Chi and I were talking about this, I think on our, a different stream. It was like, they're worried that if they said, we're going to issue a copyright strike against the government for using
the government
Pokemon imagery, then there's 20% tariffs on Switch 2s. And Microsoft, well, they're entangled with the government. They like profit off of the relationship with DHS and other DHS like throwing immigrants out of the country is profitable to them. So what do they give a shit if Microsoft or if Halo imagery is being used by DHS? But it's fucking loser behavior by the government, and at the same time is some of the most reprehensible shit I have seen in a long time. It's just it's so ugly.
Microsoft already has so many people fed up with them and pissed off at them, and they do need to sell those $30 a month Game Pass memberships. They can't afford to piss off like the young Republicans also at this point,
Right, that the last one's holding on at this point.
Right.
They love a deal. They're just like,
Yeah.
you know what?
Well, Microsoft's also donating that fucking ballroom.
Yep,
they're on the list of donors to the.
God.
It's so fucking like they just demolished part of the White House with no actual plan for what was going to.
Oh, the AI ballroom.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no way there was like an architect approved like vetted plan to build.
I saw an image of a like backhoe essentially just like kind of carving into the side of that happened. That was real. I didn't dream that. I was like on pretty serious jet lag. I thought maybe I was like imagining things for a second.
Dude, like I forget who it was. I think it was ABC or something posted like drone or satellite imagery of the fact that like the east wing of the White House is just gone now. It's like before and after pictures of like a natural disaster or an airstrike where it's like, yeah, half that building is gone now.
That's hilarious.
And it did have the vibe of someone getting pissed off and being like, you need to start work right now. And so they just drove an excavator over and smashed the east wing to pieces.
Look, this is exactly how it went down on my Animal Crossing island, and I'm letting you know right now that doesn't work. That doesn't work for construction. Just mass destroying everything in a panic, and then saying, "Wait, let me cook."
We'll fix it in post.
Absolutely not.
I did enjoy like
Grok,
Steven Tillo
please generate a new east wing.
We're building a new East Wing in The Sims on Remap on Twitch. So the other thing, I did appreciate Steven Totillo doing sort of a roundup of how various Halo devs have reacted to this, demonstrating why no one wants him around anymore. Marty O'Donnell, still gunning for that congressional seat. Still out there saying, and I want to help Donald Trump fight the flood.
These guys are such fucking losers. Like, seeing all these social media posts just reminds me
believe
that
Hatsune Miku made the Halo 1 soundtrack.
seeing all these social media posts is a good reminder to myself that I'm one of the best to ever do it on games Twitter. And like I see shit like I handmade so many fucking Sonic memes 10 years ago. Like seeing shit like this, it's like so lazy and it's so embarrassing. And it's just, yeah. And Marty O'Donnell, oh my God.
Well, it's tough because it's so cheap and lazy, and then it's given prominence by an algorithm that purposely jacks it up. And so is it popular or is it just in front of you? You know what I mean? Like if someone puts a billboard in your face, it doesn't mean you wanted to see it or that people like it. It just means that someone constructed a fucking billboard in front of your face. And that's the nature of how X operates now, is like, well, if you appropriate a platform and then just only surface certain kinds of content, and even if most of us are on Blue Sky for our personal, like, you know, posting and social media use, that doesn't, X itself is powering the federal government. And so it still ends up populating our lives propped up by a far-right algorithm.
We have to stop quote posting and like owning this shit publicly. Like we give this stuff oxygen, and I'm part of the problem. I'm talking about it right now. If I can, they're losers and I'm the best at social media and whatever. But like
I agree.
The amount it's so funny because you'll be scrolling Blue Sky. I'm using Blue Sky as an example because I don't use Twitter anymore. You will see people like posting, making fun of this shit, and then you'll see someone 2 posts down being like, we have to stop giving this stuff air. Like, people just can't make up their minds. And it's like, we are part of the problem when it comes to like social media and just showing these guys that the stupid stuff that they're making in Midjourney is doing something, you know?
Getting those clicks.
Those
but you
clicks.
know, I can resolve to like, yeah, we need to leave this stuff. We just need to tune it out. Don't be distracted. And then the second video goes up of Trump piloting a Covenant Banshee and shitting all over America, I would be like, y'all see the shit Banshee just spraying down the Grand Canyon? Y'all see that one?
I would believe you that it's true.
Is this real?
This is real.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't a Covenant Banshee though, but he was in like an F-15.
Okay.
Dumping shit on Chicago, I believe is.
Yeah.
That was congrats, Patrick. Congrats.
Yeah. It's a wonderful place to live right now. They just broke 6 ribs of a runner downtown, ripping him out of his tire.
I saw that. Well, I hope you guys are ready for the inevitable Stranger Things, the Demogorgon, some Mexican person trying to feed their family, and they kind of just meme on that because that's
right.
Coming up. If you think they're gonna miss that hot cycle, you are mistaken. Though it will be. I think they already have done other like pop culture stuff. I think it is telling that so much of their pop culture polls, besides being like the game avenue, are also like nerd coded.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, honestly, you know what I wonder if they don't go after sports because it's too like real, because they're like actual people and not just like characters. That probably is why. Because I'm thinking of like what's the spaces that feel ready and already are ready for like right-wing propaganda, right? And I think that's probably what's keeping sports out of the mix. But yeah, I mean the fact that like games and nerd stuff is there.
Online sports audiences are more left-coded. Online game audiences are more right-coded. And I think more specifically, I'm not, increasingly Gamergate is directly responsible for everything that we're living through. And it's moments like this where this loop that's happening is just the feedback loop that occurred during Gamergate and became a template weaponized by Steve Bannon and then popularized by Milo Yiannopoulos. And like, it's all an extension of that moment, just now broadcast by the president of the United fucking States.
Well, and like, I think there's also an element of so much of the target demo for this stuff, in addition to like the loserdom, you have this really paradoxical rabid embrace of traditional masculinity by dudes who cannot perform an aspect of it to save their lives, right? And so it's like, it's why you have like the relentless misogynistic, like really violent sexualization of women by dudes who will, to varying degrees, claim to not have any interest in heterosexual sex at all, right? The reason you'll have, like, I think the one reason they left sports alone is because, like, these dudes aren't into sports. They don't play sports. They don't watch them. They're scared of sports because sports is kind of another avenue through which they probably experienced rejection and alienation. And so you got to stay away from that. It's just that there's no point, like, you know, there's no point where Master Chief could sort of reject you from the varsity squad, right? That could never happen. Like, Master Chief could never take you aside in the locker room and be like, hey man, the fuck is your problem? You're a little weird. And like that stuff. So these are perfect avatars for them. But a lot of the stuff that they're super like precious about, they actually don't have a connection to. So I think that is also part of it. I remember there was a post a while ago. God, I can't remember who said this, but it was like, I can't believe liberals are getting football in the national divorce. And that's kind of how it feels. Is that for where things were at with like the Kaepernick protests and such, where it sort of drove home the degree to which football and all its imagery is sort of dominated by like right-wing flag-waving bullshit. The enthusiast space, like football fandom, was largely ceded to like liberals because there's just too much there that like right-wingers can't stand. So yeah, they're gonna let it fly though. Like Microsoft is, again, like, witness the ballroom thing. We're sort of in an era of, you know, pay to play, and a lot of these companies making the calculation that it is just easier to go along to get along with DHS, with ICE, and the hope is that if this era ever ends, people will forget the degree to which they sort of happily acquiesced in a lot of this. But you cannot have spent years and years aggressively defending IP rights and making it sort of impossible to interact with things for fan creations and all sorts of stuff, and then turn around and be like, I didn't see shit when it comes to ICE appropriating like Master Chief and making him out to be like a border cop or something like that. You can't sort of plead innocence in that situation. So like, disappointing, gross, deeply exhausting from this administration.
Another week.